It's going to be a sweet episode.
Oh, it is a sweet episode.
That's right.
Because today it's all about the
Dixie Store.
See, Anthony, you're a great opener.
Yes,
Thank you for
thank
doing
you.
that. We can just go right
Go
in.
ahead, come in. We're talking about... Hey, everybody. Welcome to the July edition of Historified. Today we have a very fun episode.
A very sweet episode.
What are we talking about today, Jamie?
We're going to be talking about the Dixie Store and something that's inside of it.
The world record ice cream freezer collection
That's right.
and museum.
And it's perfect because July, come on, we are in the dog days of summer,
Yes.
which lasts really long down here in Texas. July is, I believe it's National Ice Cream Month, but we also know there is a National Ice Cream Day,
Yes,
which is
that's going to be Sunday, July 21st.
So it's the perfect time.
It is the
It's
perfect
the perfect
time.
time to talk about ice cream.
Ooh, and I like ice cream.
Who doesn't like ice cream?
Yes, but first, before we get into that, because we can go
Okay.
into ice cream all day. The Dixie Store was known as the Brimmer Store.
I think it was the Bremer Grocery.
Brimmer Grocery, yes. And he owned a lot of grocery stores.
He did,
Yeah. In Chambersville. I think he had one in Weston. And then the one that we have was here in McKinney for a long time.
Which was actually located on Lee Street at the corner of Graves and, do you know the other? It's like a T, and it's on the way to McKinney High School, and it's like right there on the corner. And so that's where the Dixie Store was located before we moved it here to Chestnut Square.
Yes, it was donated to us by Dixie's daughter, Billy Sue Anderson, in '94. And we moved it here. And so we've been slowly taking care of it. And then we received the donation of the ice cream freezers. And so it's kind of an ice cream freezer museum on one side and the Dixie Store display on the other side.
And what's great is the Dixie Store is actually also our welcome center. So anytime that our office is open, the welcome center is open as well. So you can actually go into the Dixie Store, which is a 1918 general store, and it's set up a lot like it still. And so you can go ahead and look around, and that's actually where our tours that are every Thursday and Saturday begin, that are at 11 a.m. Just saying. We throw that in there. But it's our welcome center as well. So you can go inside anytime, again, that our office is open. You can check our office hours on our website at chestnutsquare.org. And you can go inside and you can see the world's largest ice cream freezer museum right there.
Yes, we have been working on the store exhibit as well because we just received a huge donation from the estate of Billy Sue Anderson, and she had some of the original things that were in the store. So they are now back home on the shelves of the Dixie Store. And we will soon have kind of a scavenger hunt sign for people to go and try to find some of those things.
Which is something really fun that we have been bringing here to the village. Each one of our historic homes, our tour homes, will have these signs that you can go in, and there's like a little scavenger hunt. And so the Dixie Store, we are currently, as we're recording, in process to have it up, but it could be in there at any given time. So you'll definitely just want to stop by and see if it's in there, and you'll get these fun little tidbits. We have a lot of written material in there as well, just on the history of a general store.
Yes.
General stores were pivotal in the town's development. As mentioned earlier, W.R. Brimmer, he started, it was not called the Dixie Store, it was called the Brimmer Grocery, and in 1918. And it was him and his wife, Lily, and at the time they had two daughters.
Yes.
Dixie and Texie.
Texie, I
How
love that
cute is
name.
that?
Yeah, they came from Arkansas, so
You wouldn't know
I don't
it.
know where they got Texie from.
They must have loved Texas. I mean,
Yes.
Dixie and Texie.
Yes.
I mean, they obviously were really into where they were living. So it ran for a while, and we have actually found something really interesting in some of our research of the Dixie Store. So one thing we did find out is for a while there, we didn't even know much about Texie.
I had never heard of Texie until we received the things from Billy Sue Anderson. And so Texie would have been, well, she was her aunt, and she and Dixie were very close. We have several pictures of them. They were close in age, as well as I think they were very close as they were friends. And tragically, in 1920-ish.
Something's telling me
Yeah.
1921, but I could be wrong.
1921, sorry. Texie died actually in one of the first car crashes here in McKinney. It was in December. They were coming home from visiting or something, and the car hit like a rock or something, and she was ejected from the car. And so tragically, she passed away. Yeah, not much else is really known, except in the newspaper, sometimes it'll say, Texie and Dixie Brimmer went visiting to their kin in Chambersville or for the weekend. So it's pretty cool.
And you gotta love that about old newspapers. They were like the social media of
Yes.
the time. I mean, now we go on the internet and you can see everybody can just upload what they're doing.
Right,
And
what they're eating for dinner. Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, we found that out about Texie. And she was very young, and I think they were only 2 years apart.
Yes.
And some of the old pictures that we found in Billy Sue Anderson's estate are young pictures of these girls, and they almost look like twins. Mm-hmm. And so one is Dixie and one is Texie, but and they're just so close in age, and they look so much alike. But we did find that out. And then the other great thing about the old newspapers, like what we were just talking about, and we would actually love the community help on this.
Yes, definitely.
Is that we had thought when we acquired the store that it was in the Brimmer and then the Anderson family, which Dixie married an Anderson, the whole time it existed. But we have found, thanks to these old newspapers, that at some point WR sold his store here in McKinney, and they moved out of the area right
after Texie passed away. They moved out of the area, and there's several newspaper articles about the church and them leaving the area and leaving the church, because I think
that's right.
I think Dixie was a choir member, and so it said, Dixie Anderson is moving with her family away, and I'm not sure exactly how far, if they just moved to Weston and stayed there, because I know his brother was there as well, or if they moved back to Arkansas for a little bit. But it's that they came back almost.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't too long that they were gone.
It wasn't too long, because we have pictures of the family back in the store. Like we have a picture of Billy Sue,
yes,
Dixie's daughter, and it's from the 30s.
Right.
So we know that, and I know Dixie took over the store in the 40s from her dad.
Yes.
So at some point, they reacquired the store. So, fellow community history lovers,
people who know,
if you have any insight or maybe some information that you may know, we would love to hear from you. Put it in the comments,
please.
So we can continue doing our historical research, so we have the story right, because that's what we're all about. Is we want to make sure that our history is correct for all future generations to come in and learn.
Right. I like to think that we're keeping the family alive by sharing their history and sharing what we know about them, and kind of covering the myths and making sure that the myths aren't what's passed along, but what the true story is. But I know that Billy Sue was born here in McKinney in the 30s, and we have a diary that was written, and at first I thought it was written by her mother, but it actually was written by 3 different caregivers, and it goes for 3 years of her life, and the caregivers wrote down every day what Billy Sue was doing, because Dixie worked in a store downtown, and she also worked at their store, and so Billy Sue had like nannies that were taking care of her, but every day there would be something like, Miss Billy Sue didn't like me ironing the way I was ironing, so she got out her little iron and started playing.
Oh, that's funny.
And she wanted to go with her daddy to the store, and so Billy Sue grew up in that store. It's really heartwarming to read that diary.
We should show something of Billy.
Oh, we do have something of Billy Sue's. You ready?
Yeah.
This is so fun. this was in the stuff that we got from her. And I found a baby book of Billy Sue's. Her mother just documented everything. And she got this for Christmas. I think it was her second Christmas. And it describes this bear, and he is very well loved.
He definitely is well loved.
But just the fact that she kept it all that time, so it's from like 1937. Isn't that pretty?
And we now have this bear and other family heirlooms in history in the Dixie store that we were just actually able to put in just like this end of this last year, beginning of this year.
Yeah.
And we're getting more and more stuff in, and the family and the family's life that circulated around this store is really coming to life for us, and we're able to share it, and it's just a great thing. And
Yeah. So this is Mr. Bear, and he was very loved. Billy Sue played with him all the time, and this was a great gift in 1935 for a little girl. So I love him. He was on my desk for a while until
he was.
We got him cleaned off, and he'd scare people.
He did. He would always scare like, oh, I forgot that was there. So we are getting more information about the family, which is really exciting.
Yes.
And then we're excited to have the general store, to have it all set up how it used to be, how it would have been. Again, like I mentioned, it was a very important store to have in any town, general stores. I was just watching on other videos of general stores in other areas, and they all kind of have the potbelly stove inside, and they have like the cool cola machine, and like all those stories are almost identical, and the fact that we still have one here is pretty amazing.
And it was a gathering place, and I know that there are stories out there, and again, please share your stories of people who grew up in McKinney who went to the Dixie store. They'd walk to the Dixie store after school, and they'd go in and they'd get a pop. That's what they'd get, a pop or a piece of candy or something, and they just met there. And Dixie was, she didn't allow any
nonsense.
Let's just say that nonsense in her store. And we have a paddle that if you were bad in her store, she would paddle you, and you had to sign the paddle.
That's right.
And so we do have that paddle with names, mostly boys, with names on them, and there is a old name of a former McKinney mayor.
Rumor has it.
Yes.
I haven't looked into the names, but I've always wanted to.
So if anybody knows who that is, please share with us. And then if you came in and you had a good report card, she'd give you a piece of candy, or you'd get a free soda pop or something, a prize. So the Dixie was very well loved in McKinney. So
you have to come in and see
you
Dixie's
do have to come
famous paddle.
See. Yes, the famous paddle. We still have the potbelly stove.
Yep.
It's
a lot of
kind
the
of
features
sitting right there where it was.
It's exactly and a lot of the features are the same. We still have the counters. You can see where the store expanded 3 years after it was created. So it was built in 1918, and then 3 years later it expanded because they needed more room. General stores like this, they were really important for the farmers that were coming into town. If they were coming in to do an errand, they would give their order to Mr. Brimmer. And then they would go and do whatever they needed to do in town itself. And on the way back home, they would stop by the store and pick up their order. That was one thing that the general store did here in McKinney. It was a gathering place, like you said, with friends. It was a place to go get a cold drink in the summertime, and a place to warm up by the potbelly stove
in
the wintertime.
Yes.
And they did share, I think it was Billy Sue shared stories when we first got the store here to Chestnut Square, that she would remember the old farmers sitting around the pot-bellied stove.
Yes.
And they would just be like one-upping each other, like, oh, well, I could do 2 bales of hay under one arm, or whatever it was. But they would be telling all these tall tales and trying to one up each other. And I guess it was really funny.
So it's a definite place for people to come and share stories because there wasn't any other way, and people lived farther away from each other than we do now.
It was the water cooler
Yeah,
of the office.
Yeah.
It's where you got the gossip. It's probably where the newspaper reporters hung out.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, so this person's going here.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. And there were several stores, little grocery stores, and around McKinney. So it's very interesting to research. I love delving in and going down rabbit holes.
Yeah, rabbit holes are dangerous.
Yes, they are. Do you hear that?
I do. Guess what time it is?
Guess what time it is? It's
Ice cream time.
ooh, yummy. So as we mentioned before, we do have the world's largest ice cream freezer collection here at Chestnut Square. So tell your friends, tell your relatives, tell out-of-town people that they can come see a world record collection here in McKinney, Texas.
How fun is that,
How
though?
fun is that? And this is one of them. It's a Barbie ice cream machine.
Yeah.
I
From
mean,
1986.
is it Mattel? Or is it
Mattel,
Kenner?
half pint.
Look at that.
I would
So-
not make ice cream in this today.
No, but oh my gosh, that's heavy.
That's a serious ice
Yeah,
cream.
so I guess you'd fill it with the ice, and then you
yeah.
put everything in
Then you would
there,
put this in here. You put the cream.
and then
And
I
then you
guess
would
you just do this. It's not a very
Okay, she probably had like seriously strong.
exactly the
forearms
little
right
person
there.
who had that, and then that would make ice cream. I think that this is just a fun.
This is perfect. Like you can see, actually envision Barbie just da 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 da. Like, ice cream, everybody. So that's just one
That's one.
of the many, many ice cream freezer machines
We have
that we have in there.
over. Can I tell them? Can I
Yes.
tell them how many ice cream freezers? We have over 350 ice cream freezers.
I didn't know we had that many.
Yes, we do. Our oldest ice cream freezer is from 1875. So from there on up, we have things talking about ice cream. We have advertisements from ice cream. We have ice cream scoops. We have just anything ice cream. The collection is a combination of two.
Yes.
So, Jamie, do you remember who is actually in the Guinness Book World Records?
Is it Doc?
It's Doc Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah. Doc Wilson collected the most ice cream freezers. He was from Arkansas, and he came to the ice cream crank-off in downtown McKinney, and he met Clyde, who owned a store down there. Ice cream crank-off was started by Clyde's father-in-law, Killis. I'm thinking Kilwins, which is a famous ice cream slash.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a fudge store. It's
Really?
really good. Anyway, Killis created the crank-off, and Doc came to it, and he and Clyde started talking, and Clyde started collecting ice cream freezers, and they created just this bond. We have a letter from Clyde that explains who Doc Wilson was and what a nice man he was. And he unfortunately passed away from cancer, and he willed all of his freezers to Clyde. And then Clyde combined their collections when they sold the store. That he didn't really have a place to store them, so he donated the whole collection to Chestnut Square, and we have created an exhibit around it.
I do know that, so as Annie said, when the record was held by Doc, it was only his part of the collection. Since then, the collection has grown. Now, we've not revisited, we have revisited trying to get the world record title updated. It would, of course, still have Doc and Clyde's name on it.
Yes.
We don't ever want to forget the gentleman that started it all, that put this collection together. And so it will always be in their honor, in their memory. But we are in process, and we're hoping to get that record officially back. Now, we know we hold it.
Right.
We know we hold it. But we are hoping to get it officially back into Guinness under Doc and Clyde's name.
Yes. And that's a process. So
But,
if anybody knows how to do that.
So, well, we've got some ideas. We'll see
Yes.
how it comes about. So make
Yeah.
sure you're following us, because if things come to light, you are going to hear about it on our social media platforms, such
Yes.
as here on YouTube, but really also on Facebook and Instagram, where you're going to get more daily and weekly updates of
Yes.
anything that's going on here at the Village. So be sure to follow us on those platforms as well.
Yes,
and if you
please.
just like fun little tidbit videos, check us out on TikTok.
Yes. We're gonna have lots on TikTok, especially about this, especially because the summer's coming and we love ice cream.
And we love ice cream. And because of that, I compiled some fun facts
Ooh, fun facts.
about ice cream. Da-da-da-da-dee. Okay, so here are some of the strangest ice cream flavors around the world. Are you ready?
Oh, yum.
You ready for this? In Tokyo, Japan, beef tongue. Beef tongue ice cream.
Okay.
Barcelona, Spain, gin and tonic. In Allen's, France, I am not going to pronounce this right. Foie gras.
Okay.
In Dingle, Ireland, I'm going to have to go there just because it's called Dingle.
Dingle. Yeah.
Brown bread. In Stockholm, Sweden, salty licorice.
Ooh.
In San Jose del Cabo, Mexico, it's tequila. Of course it's tequila.
Yeah, of course it is.
Then, okay, in Flushing, New York, we got cotton candy Pop Rocks. Sounds good.
Okay.
Did you know there is a Gilroy Garlic Festival? Doesn't say
did not know that.
where it is. It just says USA, but garlic clove ice cream.
Oh. Those flavors don't sound good, but okay.
Okay, well, maybe you would like this one. Spaghetti and cheese ice cream. It's
I
in
wonder if
Venezuela.
Maybe it's just the spaghetti noodles.
I don't even think that's okay.
Well,
That's just not okay. What if it's just tomato? You don't think tomato could make I think tomato could make a
it
nice
could,
ice
but
cream.
then it would be tomato ice cream, not spaghetti.
Well,
That would taste like feet.
Then-
A friend's
okay,
reference.
I've got two more.
Okay.
Lobster ice cream from New England, USA.
They're just, New England.
I don't even know if I want to say this. Parakeet flavor. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, ew. Okay.
Japan.
Okay.
Okay.
The
now
world is different.
Okay, now I know you want to hear about the U.S. ones, right?
Yes,
So I'll do
please.
it really, really quick. And I won't say where they're all from, but there's just here in the U.S. Cicada Sweet Spot, vanilla. Wait, no, I'm cereal milk. Oh gosh, never mind. Some of these I don't even know what they are. The craziest, according to Google, the craziest flavor in Texas is coconut curry.
Yeah.
And that's over in Fort Worth. So if
Okay.
you have ever tried that, let us know. Let us know what your craziest flavor is that you've ever tried.
Yes.
And let us know what your favorite flavor is to try.
Yes.
Speaking of favorite flavors.
Favorite flavors. I have some interesting facts that we learned. Do you know that in the surrounding area here, the favorite flavors of ice cream are, ready?
Yeah.
Vanilla and sherbet rainbow
Rainbow sherbet. Sherbet rainbow.
with lime, orange, and strawberry
Taste
sherbet.
That's the wrong one. Sorry.
Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. Isn't it pretty?
There is nothing better on a hot day than ice cream.
No. There's nothing better on a cold day than ice cream. Ice cream cheers me up.
Does it cheer you up?
It does cheer me up.
Are we going to taste this?
Yes, we are going to taste this. Okay. I think we all know what vanilla tastes like, but I'm just going to take a little. little smidgen.
I'm gonna take a lot.
You can get a brain freeze.
That's okay. Oh, that's
Homemade
good.
vanilla. It's
Wish
a
you all were
standard.
here. Trying vanilla ice cream.
Here, you can put your
Oh,
spoon
well,
down.
thank you.
We're not double dipping spoons. We each have spoons. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now the
My
rainbow-
dad, this is his favorite, is sherbet.
Okay.
He always gets a sherbet. So I'm going to get all of the flavors. I don't think I've ever had all of them together.
Really?
Look at that spoonful. It's beautiful.
Spoonful
Okay,
of
ready?
sugar.
1, 2,
Chink.
3. Chink. Mmm.
Oh yeah, it's good.
That is good.
Which was your favorite between those two?
Between these two,
I really like this. I like the sherbet.
I like the sherbet.
It's
Sherbet.
It's got a very tangy flavor.
Tomato.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm from the Midwest, and actually, we would, if you go to like a restaurant, the flavor you could get a lot was rainbow sherbet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Okay, but this is not the only fun we have.
No, we have much more fun.
That's right, because we can't stop at
No.
just the
What
area's
everybody
favorite
else
flavor.
likes.
Right? I mean, come on, we got to know what we like. So, do you want to reveal? I can
do
reveal
want to
mine.
reveal. You can reveal yours.
Okay, so we brought our favorite flavors. Well, Annie was very sweet to pick them up. And mine is mint chocolate chip.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Thank you.
That is a good one. Now, my favorite flavor only came in like the big gallon, so I wasn't going to do that because we already have some at home. But I thought that this was a nice, a new one that I haven't tried yet.
Okay.
I actually don't drink coffee, but I love coffee ice cream. So go figure. This is Java Jolt.
Okay, so what's your favorite flavor that you already have at home?
It was a cookie dough ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Oh, yeah. That looks good. That looks good. All right.
and Bluebell is the best ice cream in the country. I just have to say. It's yummy.
Texas.
It's Texas.
It's Texas. Are we trying yours first?
I'm gonna
All
try.
right.
Although I know I really do like mint chocolate chip.
I was gonna say mine's just not. I don't know if it's exciting, but you know, I think most people have had it. I've never had this, so
This good stuff.
okay. That's actually really good.
Is it?
Oh, I like the chunks of chocolate.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Thanks. Now, oh, it's all a little bit melty. That's the best.
Yeah, because then you don't feel guilty eating the whole thing because it just cuts through.
So when I was little, we would purposely like let it melt a little bit, and then like mix it all up and be ice cream soup.
Yeah.
Do ice cream soup. Let me know if you did ice cream soup. I'm sorry, that was the best way. Or you'd sprinkle like, I don't know if I can mention like names like Quick or something on it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you would mix it in there. You take your vanilla. Mom only bought vanilla. No shame against those that love vanilla. But, when you're a kid, you want something more than just vanilla.
Yeah, so you add the syrup and
Yeah. And then you like mix it all
Mix it
together and it was like perfect.
yeah.
Ice
Then
cream
you'd have
soup. Try it.
chocolate sauce everywhere and get in trouble. But that's now I could drink this in the morning.
Yeah, I'm surprised you like that and you don't drink coffee. I drink coffee and I never really tried coffee ice cream.
So we would like to know your favorite flavors
Yes, we
of
would.
ice cream. And we would also love to know how you plan on celebrating July 21st, National Ice Cream Day, which is a Sunday this year.
Sunday ice cream.
I think I'm going to celebrate it by having this and maybe making it into a shake.
Or A soup?
Or a soup. No, probably a shake.
Ice cream soup? Oh, that actually would be really, really good. And you know what? I would actually also like to ask those that are watching if you could create an ice cream for McKinney, like
Yes.
a McKinney flavor, what would it be? So get creative. I want to see those ideas. Let us know what you think McKinney's signature ice cream flavor would
be.
look, what it would look like, what would have be in it. If one doesn't already, or maybe a flavor already exists and you're like coconut curry. Not really, but like that. And
Beef tongue.
and let us know if you're
Yeah.
like, you know what, I feel like this embodies McKinney.
Yes.
And that
yes.
would be really, really fun. And who knows, maybe someday McKinney would have a signature ice cream flavor.
Yes.
And you could start it all.
Yeah.
Just because you watched
And-
Historified's July podcast all about ice cream.
We could have it in the Dixie store.
Get those thinking caps going. We want to hear your ideas. For real. I want to hear them. I'm excited. I can't wait.
So be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and please encourage your friends, your acquaintances, history buffs, anybody to subscribe to our podcast. It's free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. We just want to know how many people we reach and what you might want to see on a future episode. We're still in our 50th anniversary mode right now, but we will continue to film more episodes, and maybe you have a question about McKinney that you want answered, and we will research for you. We'll try to find some pictures, some artifacts that might go with it. But just follow us on all of the social media, on TikTok.
Especially because we have a lot of exciting things happening right now.
Yes.
It's an exciting time to subscribe to Historified and to be a part of Chestnut Square.
Yes. And you can also be a member at Chestnut Square by going to www.chestnutsquare.org and clicking the membership button. And you can support local history.
That's right.
So thank you. We'll see you on our next podcast.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.